Hello, everyone. It's February 19th. We're at the top of the hour, and this is Prep Sports Plus.
Actually, at the bottom of the hour.
Just pretending we have a cool. I was pretending we have a cool, like, intro
A
music
newscast
thingy
intro.
after I say it. Yeah, after you say the intro, but I can't even do music because anyone who saw me this week probably impressed hearing my voice right now. It's kind of like 60%. It's been way lower. People have been worried about me. People have been worried. They hear me on the phone. They think I'm dying. I'm okay. My voice is Jack. You talk more than I do. I mean, you're an announcer. So, do you ever have the laryngitis pop up?
Not really, unless I'm like doing a lot of yelling. So usually it's watching sports that, I have a horse in the race and then I'll lose my voice and stuff like that. But no, I drink this is my old man thing that I started doing. I drink hot water at night. I just turn the water to
Oh,
hot and
okay.
have like a cup of it before I go to bed.
That helps your voice.
Kind of helps just my throat soothe it, stuff like that.
Well, what has been working as a miracle for me is Barks root beer, the only root beer that ends with a Q, and you can get it at Fairway Food Stores, who powers this show, along with all of our beautiful, beautiful sponsors. And we've got winter sports madness today. We're gonna talk a little wrestling at first. We got a little hoops, we got a little bowling, and we got a little. We're gonna talk a little Olympics. I have a couple of takes I want out of my cohorts um, about some Olympic controversy, which is very fun. I thought about having the Canada as we tape this. It's the Canada Czech Republic. Sorry, Czechia. It's a hockey game. And I thought about just having it on. I was going to go to a different room, and then whenever anyone scored, I was going to do the goal call. But my voice can't handle that. So, Jack, you were at one of our many our actual only non-far away wrestling sub sub state or state qualifier. Um I'm just gonna turn the mic over to you. You can tell us about our state qualified boys wrestlers. We got a lot of them.
We got a lot of them, 20 in fact, a nice whole number, which is very good to tweet and post about and all that stuff.
It is.
Yeah, really, really good day for a couple of schools for state wrestling. I'll start in the 1A just because that's where I was at. I went to Sigourney for the 1A qualifier that had a few of our schools. Columbus WMU, Highland was there, Van Buren County was there. Who else was there? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Sigourney Keota, of
Second to
course, was
Keota.
there, our host, and that was it. Those four teams, but seven wrestlers from there went through, um, and we had a couple first place finishers. A really good outing for Justin Knipfer of Columbus. He finished first 160 or 106 pounds, excuse me. Dakota Aney, Bowen Thompson, and Trevor Phillips are all also going to go to state. They all finished second in their brackets, so they'll go there for Columbus. The Wildcats had a really nice day, and then Sigourney Keota got three qualifiers. Owen Menke, our kind of resident heavyweights, going to be him and Rudy Wolf of Washington, our two heavyweights. Menke in 1A, Wolf in 2A, but Menke at 285 won the bracket for Sigourney Keota. So he qualified in first place. And then they had a couple second place finishers, Riker Vandenheuvel and Dylan Menke at 138 and 165, respectively, also qualified for Sigourney Keota. This was not the qualifier I was at, but Waco, they got four more wrestlers. Ian Mays, he's actually going to be the number 2 seed in 1A at 113. Ridge Sterna, Teague Pepper, and Harley, excuse me, Larimore also qualifying for Waco. So they got a quadrant of qualifiers. And then among the 2A schools, they're very spread out, Andy, which was kind of unfortunate because we couldn't go watch a couple of them in one place. But the big winners of the qualifying day, Saturday, the Washington Demons, 5 wrestlers for Washington. And this is no knock on them, it's just how difficult it is to get to state. I thought they'd maybe have, one or two. I figured Caden Griner would qualify at 138. He did so. Maybe Blaine Reese at 190. He also qualified. But then Jace Kinzabaugh 157, Braden Vermillion at 215, and I mentioned him, our other heavyweight guy, Rudy Wolf at 285. All goes. So really nice thing to see for Joel Keller, their coach, and he's been very adamant about how they've been building something. I mean, they came a sixth tiebreaker point away from tying for first in the SEC this year, so they've had a really strong season. The Washington boys, so they get 5 wrestlers to go to state, so that's very exciting. Cardinal got a qualifier also from Williamsburg. Blake Lemansky, he will join a Vermillion at 215 in that bracket. Fairfield got 2 wrestlers. Dane Burkhart, who has been phenomenal all season, 4th ranked wrestler at 175 coming into the qualifying weekend. He won his bracket. They competed over at Centerville. And then Cale McCabe finished second at 113, so he'll be in that bracket. And then last but not least, Mount Pleasant, just one qualifier, but they do have a representative at state, Levi Evans at 120. He won the 120-pound bracket over at Central Witt. So, yeah, huge cast, Andy. It's going to be exciting in Des Moines. Thursday, when you guys are watching this, is when they actually start the first rounds.
And let me give a shout out to you guys are probably like, oh man, yeah, I like the state tournament. I can't get up there on Thursday. It stinks they don't have a live. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a free this year because the Iowa High School Sports Network contract ran out last year. I think it might just be on YouTube straight up, just like the girls, which is nice.
I believe so. I think you can stream it. So
you'll be there those last 2 days. I'll throw that on side by side. Actually, you know what? That's probably going to win out over the Olympics tomorrow on my TV. 2 things. One, of the wrestlers that you mentioned, we have 2 that have been in the state final before. Ian Mays of Waco last year and Cale McCabe of Fairfield. So we have, you know what? I should have pulled up how many have buys because they give 8 buys. Griner's got a buy. I believe Owen Minky's got a bye.
Ian Mays has a bye as well.
Ian Mays has a bye. Ian Mays is actually, the 2 seed, which is our highest seed. So we have some big time podium potential, and we have guys that are good enough to win the state championship this year, which is really cool. By the way, I one thing that always comes up at this time, state wrestling qualifier, is the Columbus WMU Wildcats. Which kids go to Columbus? Which kids go to WMU? So I looked that up to make sure. So Dakota Aney and Trevor Phillips are Columbus kids. Justin Kniffer and Bowen Thompson are Winfield and Union kids. So perfect 50-50 split. I'll tell you what, no one does it like Columbus WMU wrestler. They almost always have a nice even breakdown of both schools. So yeah, Jack will be there hopefully till the dead of the night on Saturday night, because hopefully we have people get their hands raised at the biggest stage. Jack, the boys wrestling at the Casey Center is wild when you're doing covering it, because the place that you go to like type up your stories, like the little media place, is the same place where the wrestlers kind of walk through after their matches. And I've been there like typing away after the match I covered, and just saw like headgear slam on the ground right next to me because everyone's so like, right next to each other. So it's a really fun atmosphere. So I'm excited for Jack's first state wrestling experience. That's all we have for wrestling, because it's state.
That's it.
It's state.
Yeah.
It's state. So when we come back, Jack and I have been at a lot of basketball games, a lot of big tournament basketball games. We're going to tell you about all of them. Do not go away.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Prep Sports Plus. What? We're here. Breaking news from the Prep Sports Plus desk. 1 day late breaking news. NBA's Kyrie Irving out for the season.
That's not 1 day. He announced it today.
No, but they're watching this tomorrow.
Oh, right. My bad.
So I just got that on my phone.
Peter gave me a face palm for that one.
Oh, he knew that you were walking down the.
Well, he's the producer, so he kind of has to know that, which is fair.
True. We'll talk about this more in the C block, but breaking news from the hockey rink. I was going to check the score of the Canada game. Canada 1, Czechia 0.
Czechia 0.
Czechia. You got to stop changing the name of your country, guys. It's like the 4th time in my lifetime. It's still hard not to say Czechoslovakia. What a great word to say. But anyway, great hockey rivalry, Czech Republic and Slovakia. We're gonna talk a little hoops. Jack and I are building some basketball. Let's see. Should we go reverse order? We should go reverse order. We should start with the battle in Riverside, the side of the river last night. Jack was on hand. The rematch, the grudge match. Keota, Highland, girls basketball. What turned out to be the battle to see who was our last 1A team standing, Jack. How'd it go?
Yes, indeed. I'll start too. I was at Keota's first round playoff game. They blew out Hillcrest Academy. No problem for Keota in that one, but they advance. They go to Highland. They face a rematch. This game was the first game of the year for both these teams. All the way back in November, the 4-corner shootout. Keota wins that game by, I think, 20 or even 20 plus. And that kind of put us on notice off the bat. We're like, oh, this Keota team might really be something this year. And they have been. Highland didn't lose again until January. They lost just 2 more games all year. They get their opportunity at a rematch. And, Andy, I'll be honest, it was not the most aesthetically pleasing game. There's a lot of offensive firepower on both these teams. That really wasn't there, to be frank, in the game. 57 turnovers combined. Both teams turned the other team over a lot. But the Ravens started Highland season. The Eagles started Highland season. I'm thinking Hillcrest. The Eagles started Highland season, and they ended it. They won 49-43. Cameron Hafley iced the game at the free throw line. Elise Lyle led them in scoring. Cameron Fink had a double-double, but it was not enough. Highland, just kind of turned the ball over one too many times. Keota played good defense. They held them scoreless for the final, I believe, 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. And, got a big time win. It's actually, I learned afterward, talked to Jeff Sprouse, their coach, that is, they now have the single season record for wins, this Keota team does. So really big achievement for them, and they get to move on to the semifinals in the 1A Region 6.
I was just about to say, if I would have told you even 2 years ago that the future of high school girls basketball in Southeast Iowa runs through Keota and Riverside, I think no one would have believed me. But this is just an early chapter because they got some young studs on both those teams, and Keota girls sports. Keota girls sports is a testament to what high school sports can be, where they were so low on the totem pole in softball and girls basketball just recently, and all of a sudden they are a absolute rocket going up in the air. And I looked at their bracket. Dunkerton's pretty darn tough, but hey, they're deep enough to where you can beat anybody at this point. So
yeah, you never know what could happen. That's exactly what Jeff Sprouse said. He's like, we're one of the last 32 teams in at this point. Dunkerton definitely can't overlook Keota. I mean, that team, they had a super loud contingent of fans and students travel. You know,
Yeah,
he was pretty confident they were going to make the trip. They're going to make the trip up to Dunkerton and be loud. So it'll be exciting there on Friday night. We'll see what happens.
I think I texted you that. I was texting you something else, and I heard just a roar. And I was like, "Oh, Highland made a shot," and I looked up. I was like, "Oh, Keota made a shot. They
Yeah,
got it." I
they
mean,
were
it's not like
loud in
Keota.
there.
It's not like Kyoto to Riverside is LA to Tokyo, but it's a ways. LA and Tokyo aren't that far from each other. Why did I use those two
Well,
cities?
no, they are. I mean,
They
it's the
are.
West
But I mean
Coast, but still an
I
ocean.
I, I picked the US city that was the closest to Tokyo. You know why? I was thinking of that what's the girl who was popular for like 5 seconds? She sung that
Yeah, Iggy
from
Azalea,
LA to
fancy.
Tokyo. Yeah,
That's what
Iggy.
that's from.
Yeah, that's right. Fancy. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. We did have a couple teams meet their demise last night. At the hands of some top ranked teams, Van Buren County and Pekin. But I'm going to focus on the positives, which is Van Buren County and Pekin's last home games. There were tournament games, and we're gonna keep going backwards. So I'm gonna talk about some. Uh, how about some Pekin versus Waco? The Pekin Panthers, the Waco Warriors. They had played twice already this season. Pekin had beaten Waco twice. One of those times was close. Um, and this time Pekin down for most of the game. Oh, of course, I didn't write the final score on my little notes app thing, but I'm gonna pull it up. Down for they were down 7 points to Waco, which is the most I believe they've been down to them all year. It kind of looked like, oh man, Waco kind of has like a little like they're gonna start pulling away. And Pekin girls made some huge shots down the stretch in this one. Maddie Petrin made three pointers. Two of those were in the third quarter, where Waco they were like kind of had the bull by the horns. It was like, oh, Waco's gonna be able to pull away and get a nice little lead going to the fourth. She had a couple threes to keep it close. Waco still led in this game after 3 quarters. And as I said, they had led by 7 points as I try and I scrolled too far on our handy dandy Southeast Iowa Union Sports Twitter, by the way, at Union Sports page. But the Panthers, as you see me wasting time with my voice right now, the Panthers come back and win this one. Come on, come on. I'll have to look this up somewhere else. Do you have the final on the it was by 7, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like
Pekin
40 to
over
33.
Waco. Yeah, it was 40 to 33. Thank you, Jack. It was 40 to 33 exactly.
No, sorry, 51-43.
51-43. Oh, well, I screwed that up. I bet you that the Van Buren one was 40-33. Big game for Abby Guys. She had 17 in this one. I thought it was one of those games where both these teams have players that could take over scoring wise. But Pekin one guys had 17, Anna Hadley had 10. So those are two girls that can really light it up. So Waco did okay defense on them. Waco's scoring was all over the place. Drew Graber had 11 in the first half, and she ended up leading them. Who, after the game, Coach Dale Hartz talked about how they were trying to make sure that Brenna Graber did not go off, because that is a kid for Waco that can really kind of push that scoring. She only had 5, so very good job for Pekin girls, who had 4 girls in double digits. Petrin ended up with 11. She was the second leading scorer. And then Carly Gamble. Pekin went up 1 with about 4 minutes left. Carly Gamble banks in a 3 from the top of the key. And that was the moment that I think Pekin was able to kind of breathe a little bit and start running away with it. Unfortunately, they were the team that had Dunkerton last night. And Dunkerton is very good. They're out. And then in my other girls basketball game, Jack, Van Buren County and Columbus, and much like Pekin and Waco, they had played twice. And in fact, Van Buren County had just beaten Columbus in the shootout. And much like Pekin and Waco, this was a much closer game. Van Buren County ends up pulling away 58-45. towards the end, but Columbus led 14-13 after the first quarter. The game was pretty tight into the third. Van Buren County, tell you what, Adeline Snowgren, freshman. We have a good future small school girls basketball stars. We talked about the Camerons from Keota and Highland that are sophomores. Adeline Snowgren, a freshman, 20 points. She just really does it all. For a kid that young, it's pretty impressive to see. But they're going to have to replace a couple of hot shooters. Marley Mertens with 12, Sophia Urak with 11. Those two have been great from beyond the arc. Marley Mertens had 4 3-pointers. I really am proud and enjoy the picture I chose for the game story. She hit her 4-3. There were these little kids that were watching from the stands that are right behind her when she reacts to hitting the 3, and they're just going absolutely nuts. So very good atmosphere over at Van Buren County. But Isabel Rendon with 15 for Columbus, Ellie Sanders and Iris Garza with 10 each. So, by the way, Columbus lost. They won 11 games this year. The 3-year stretch of 2 years ago, last year, and this year, the best 3-year stretch in the history for Columbus girls basketball. And then the fortunate news of the fact that Van Buren County had to play at Regina last night. And you won't believe it, but the team out of Iowa City beat the team out of Keosauqua. Of course, they're the same class because we live in the state of Iowa. But so Van Buren County, but a fun game there. So those are our last 2 girls teams that weren't the girls teams that Jack covered.
Yeah, there you go. And then on the boys' side, we're gonna have a good matchup on Thursday night between Keota and Hillcrest. I was at Keota's first game. They put the hurt on Twin Cedars, 35 points for Chase Hafley in that one. So they're kind of representing our small schools, along with Mid Prairie and 2A, who are going to play Meepo on Thursday.
It's Mid Prairie and Meepo. They are addicted to playing each other in postseason sports.
Yeah. So that'll be a good one. And then I think our only other small school left is Pekin.
Yes. So Waco lost over there at Holy Trinity the other night. I was actually at WMU Danville, and WMU Danville ended up a 40. Oh, there's where I got the score from earlier. It was a 40-34 Danville win. I swear, WMU went like 5 minutes where Danville maybe got like 2 shots off. They kept getting tip steals away. They could not put the ball in the basket. And so Danville escapes. Credit to Danville because they did. WMU's got a great defense. So Danville did what they needed to do to just grind out those points. So Wolves gone, Warriors gone. We got Mid Prairie left. That Keota Hillcrest game last year in the tournament, that was one of our best games. And then our 3A schools have not started postseason play yet. They all took losses. Washington won last night.
Washington won. Yep, Washington knocked off West Liberty. Fairfield lost to Clear Creek Amana. Mount Pleasant lost to Pella. They will all play on February 24th. It'll be a rematch of Washington-Burlington in Burlington in a 4-5 game. Fairfield actually has to go to Pella, and Mount Pleasant will be at Assumption, also in a 4-5 game.
There we go. Shout out to my little sister Carla. It's also her birthday. February 24th. Everyone write it down in your calendar.
23rd.
Tell you what.
Monday.
Oh, never mind. That's not her birthday. That's the day before her birthday. Tell you what, that 3A, I mean, the brackets that each of them got, it's not an impossible year. There are some years, especially in Eastern Iowa, where like Dubuque Wahlert or Xavier has teams that you're like they would be in the state tournament in 4A. This year it's a little more open. I could see some crazy stuff happening in 3A, and I obviously hope it does because we have 5 seeds lower. So we'll see. And that's it for hoops. When we come back, we'll talk a little bowling. We have more state qualifiers. Happy day. See ya after this commercial break.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Welcome back, Prep Sports Plus, Andy and Jack, Peter, Fairway, basketball, wrestling, bowling. Mecca of meats, Guggenheim of groceries. Oh, I got to get some cough drops from Fairway. Girls bowling, shout out to Sophia Young and of Sigourney Keota, Cheyenne Smith of Mount Pleasant. Didn't quite make bracket play. But we talked a little bit of them last week for the girls' state bowling. We got some boys' state bowling qualifiers and 3 kids who went ballistic at the state qualifier. Can't open PDF file. What are you talking about, Iowa High School Athletic Association? Anyway, I got my phone here to make sure I got the right numbers. Mr. Jack, we had our bowlers kind of around the state. Start out by telling you how what is this Iowa High School Athletic Association? Let me tell you about the Iowa High School Athletic Association, Jack. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you open the PDF and then you click the second PDF and it bumps the first PDF. So I thought I had all 3 up and I didn't. I did all that work for nothing. At Monticello, Washington's Caden Zier. 707. That's 2 games. Closing out at 707.
Sheesh.
Put up numbies. Washington almost made this thing as a team. Demons and Trojans were both there. Need to make top 2 as a team. Second place Benton had 29-14. Washington 28-39. And a big reason for that. Caden Zier with a 707. He was going to state individually. And then 2 that got really, really close. Cooper Zaz tied for 6 with a 626. Mitchell Ziglowski got 8th with a 611. So 3 in the top 8, they could just not squirt by to get to state as a team. But shout out Caden Zier for representing the Demons at next week's state tournament at Cadillac Bowl in Waterloo.
I believe what did he finish? What did he finish overall? Looks like top
2nd.
Okay.
Oh, overall of all the qualifiers?
Yeah, I think it's like 5th or 6th
it's
by
high.
the looks of it.
Yeah, it was second in the qualifier.
Got 751, 731, and 730. 3 kids from Charles City. 782 from Columbus Catholic's Lucas Clark. 764, 743, 705, which is actually less than him. So yeah, I think probably like 7th or 8th at the whole thing. So good for Caden Zier.
By the way, that's 3 games, not 2. If you got a 707 and
I
2
was going to
games,
say 2 games, that is impossible.
he was hitting the pin so hard that they skipped across other lanes and knocked down more pins.
Yeah.
And then from Sigourney Keota, Owen Clark and Wells Clark, 668 and 643. They get first and third at an absolutely stacked Central Lee region, which had not only the Sigourney Keota kids, but Louisa Muscatine and Davis County, who are some bowling teams over there. Louisa Muscatine, I don't know what's in the water over there. As a team, they went over 3,000.
Sheesh.
And let's see here. Pretty darn good. And of course, those Sigourney Keota kids, first and third at their state qualifier. Mount Pleasant didn't have anybody. This is one of the weird, just like girls wrestling, where Mount Pleasant is the only team that we cover that is 2A, while everybody else is 1A. They're just right on the thing. Next week, Cadillac Bowl, you'll see those Sigourney Keota Cobras,
the Clark Bros,
and the Clark Bros and Caden Zier from the Washington, going at it. Now, before we leave, Jack, there's been some craziness going on at the Olympics. Did you hear about this? Did you see about this?
I've seen some craziness things, but fill me in.
My favorite new thing, we already talked about the skier last week, right?
Yes. Yep.
Admitted to some no-nos. That didn't work out for him. Update, that didn't work.
Nope.
Girl came out and said, why'd you do that?
Yep.
There was another skier who I know that people put in 100 bajillion% into this, and I never want to rip on anyone. The skier who is actually American but skis for Norway, poor guy, he got so mad that he threw his what are the sticks called that you
ski
hold
poles
as a skier? He tossed both of his ski poles a very long way. That's kind of dangerous. And then just laid in the woods for a while. And so everyone was like waiting for him, like the media was waiting for him to talk after he screwed up his job, but he was just laying in the woods. So what say you on that? Now, are you, as a media man yourself, are you getting ticked off at that, or are you just like, this is part of the game?
I definitely am getting ticked off at that. I mean, I know the Olympics, there's sometimes, some really young superstars that can compete as like teenagers or whatever, but at that level, and you're a grown adult, you have to understand that the media is part of it, and that is part of your job as an athlete, is to talk to the media. And a flat out refusal to do so because you're mad is unfortunately, I get it, people are human, but it's a little bit part of your job description. And it's tough with the Olympians because you can't really use the you get paid all this money argument, because it's obviously it's not like
because they don't get paid like any. Yeah, that skier is going right back to, I don't know, log rolling or something.
So that makes it a little tougher, but I don't know. I do think it's part of it. When you have the privilege and opportunity to take part of an event like that, you gotta talk to the media, and the media is obliged to do a good job on their part as well, and ask good questions and be and do their job right. But yeah, I don't know. That would frustrate me if you're just waiting around.
What if they pull the and this is maybe a tough one to answer. What if they pull the anxiety card? Because remember that tennis player Naomi Osaka, she's rich. She's like, it kind of gives me anxiety to talk to the media. I'm just not gonna do it today.
I don't know. Then you make an alternative, a coach or someone in their camp that can at least try to speak to what they were doing on the court. But I don't know.
Now here's another one, Jack. What if you're asking a question and a men's basketball coach who's been doing it for a long time, and he doesn't have a lot of hair and that used to coach at Cincinnati, interrupts your question and then accuses you of raising your voice at him?
I would probably raise my voice louder. That was ridiculous and childish of him to do. Again, you are an adult, and all he's doing in that is showing that he definitely cares about the thing that said reporter raised, even though as loud as he said that he doesn't. And he made a fool out of himself. So, it's not the reporter's fault for asking that question there.
Jack would be like, "This is why I drink that hot water at night, so I can have the voice to talk over you." It's the funniest thing, and everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, Mick Cronin of UCLA going viral today for first ejecting his own player from the game last night, or 2 nights ago if you're watching it on Thursday, and then snapping at a reporter. My favorite part about that is that the reporter only said like 3. He didn't even ask his question, and Cronin interrupted him, and then Cronin asked him a question.
Yeah.
Asked him a question, and then when he was answering it, he's like, "Why are you still talking? I already answered your question, bro."
Yeah. I mean, I think it's embarrassing, but I get, from my perspective, I have a very short fuse on things like that. So.
Oh yeah, don't test this man, coaches. Ours would never.
No, our coaches are all very nice. I have never faced any sort of, you get the occasional, it's a tough game sigh, but all the coaches are very willing to talk, and I very much appreciate that.
I every once in a while get one where I can just see it on the face. I'm like, if you don't want to today,
yeah, it's
understand.
okay.
And sometimes they say, yeah, I don't want to,
yeah,
we got some great coaches, great athletic directors.
Yes.
Shout out to everyone. Let's just raise the love here. And I don't know, we got anything else?
No.
You reminded me of Mick Cronin. I totally forgot about that.
Well, the packed show next week, we'll recap all the state wrestling stuff and go to the Southeast Iowa Union. You can have all the basketball and wrestling coverage you could desire. Because that's our job to give it to you.
That's right. If you guys are at state wrestling this weekend, you might not only get to see Jack, but you might get to meet producer Peter. Ooh, maybe. That's just a maybe. That's just rumors. Those are just rumors that we will not address or bring up.
I don't know. He's in here. We should make him speak on it. I'm just kidding. He doesn't have to speak on it.
Peter.
There he is.
I can neither confirm or deny these allegations without first speaking to my attorney. Thank you.
Smart. And I also, and
his attorney is just Fairway Food Stores.
Fairway Food Stores is my attorney.
It's just making a trip to Fairway Food Stores.
They represent everything.
It's great.
A Fairway Frank will be seeing you in court.
Fairway Frank.
Yeah, it's the mascot on all the new commercials now.
Oh, yeah. Great commercials. Audie Crooks is busy because I was kind of like, oh, cool. It's cool that Audie Crooks is their spokesperson. Now all of a sudden, Fairway Frank is taking her NIL money. But shout out Fairway. And I would like to address some rumors real quick because I see all this stuff about this world famous sports personality that might be running for president. I will confirm, yes, I turned 35 this year. But that's all I'll say. I just see it all over. It's trending, and I'm like, oh, here they go again.
Who's going to be your vice president running mate?
What I would do is I will wait until I'll just sweep the primaries. Obviously, my general election opponent, when they choose their vice president, I will do a power move and by bribe or blackmail steal their running mate.
Oh, okay.
And that way they know, like, dude, I'm the one who gets it done. I took their running mate. Did you see that?
The problem with that now is if I'm running against you, I'm going to pick a really bad candidate, knowing that you're going to do that. Like I'd pick a bad vice president.
Oh, like if you
then you're going to steal it.
Prep Sports Plus,
right?
You saw it on February 19th. That would. So cut that tape. Cut the tape. I don't want my opponents to give me ideas, but I'm not saying I'm running. I just see all this stuff about this famous sports personality that's going to be running. So it's one of those things where you know who they're talking about, and you're like, okay. That's all we got for you, friends. See ya next week.